Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today is one of my favorite videos to film, and that is choosing my TBR for the next month. So today we are choosing August TBR, and for the first time this year, I have the TBR prompt jar. So I just recently redid this jar. I have 60 prompts in here that are all new. I'm gonna take them out as I use them, and I'm not gonna put them back in. I may use this again over the next few months, but I've been kind of randomly choosing it. I kind of wanna choose my own books this month. So we will hope the TBR gods are on our side because I do have some books that I really want to get to. I plan on reading the final 3 books in the Mortal Instrument series this month, and I also would like to get to the last 5 books on my summer TBR. So we will hope the TBR gods are in my favor. I recently did a video on the 20 series that I want to read before the end of the year, so I'm also going to try to focus on getting some of those books on here as well, but I do want a standalone or two, you know? Can't have a bunch of series all the time. But I don't know how many books I'm gonna pick. We're gonna go for it. It could be 8, it could be 12, I don't know. We're just gonna see what happens, okay? So let's pick our first one. I don't know why I shake it, because I just reach in and grab whatever anyway. First prompt is a book from a subscription service. I do know what book I want to pick for this one because I've been wanting to read it anyway. I only have a handful of books left from 2023, so I'm trying to finish all of those within the next month or two as well, so that all of my books that I have on this cart are going to be considered like new purchases. So When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey is the oldest book of the month book and the only book of the month book I have still from last year. So this is a thriller. No clue what it's about, because that's how I like my thrillers. All it says is one girl murdered, another one missing, and a medical examiner desperately searching for the truth in the latest Black Harbor mystery by acclaimed author Hannah Morrissey. So it is thriller time. I've been in a big thriller mood lately. I don't know why. It's not fall yet, but that's just where I've been gravitating. I also don't have that many thrillers, so that's a problem. Prompt 2. Set in the current season, absolutely perfect. Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. This screams summer. It is summer. So this book will be my set in the current season TBR prompt. I feel like sometimes I pick books too quickly and I watch other people's videos and they're like, I have 6 options, let's talk through them. But I'm just like, nope, that's the book I want. And I guess when it works out in my favor like this, it's easy to do. We might get a prompt that doesn't. But so far, both of these books were on my radar for the TBR for this month, so it's looking like we're going to be picking at least 10 prompts. Let's see what this next one is. Number 3. Been on TBR for over a year. Let's look at my Goodreads, because I don't know. Oh! Nope, I know it has. Again, another book I wanted to read because it's been on my TBR forever. Veronica Roth's Chosen Ones. This is the oldest book on my TBR, so if it hasn't been a year, it's the closest one I'm gonna get. I have no clue what this is about. I just know Veronica Roth wrote Divergent. The Divergent series? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she wrote. Okay, so this is about 5 ordinary teenagers that 15 years ago were singled out by a prophecy to take down an impossibly powerful entity wreaking havoc across North America. So after the Dark One fell, the world went back to normal for everybody but them. After all, what do you do when you're the most famous people on Earth? Your only education was in magical destruction, and your purpose in life is now fulfilled. On the 10th anniversary of the Dark One's defeat, something unthinkable happens. One of the Chosen Ones dies. When the others gather for the funeral, they discover the Dark One's ultimate goal was much bigger than they, the government, or even prophecy could have foretold. Bigger than the world itself. So Sloane, it looks like, is our main character, and she is one of the Chosen Ones. We'll see. We'll see. I got this at Ollie's, again, close to a year ago, if not over a year ago. Oldest book on my TBR. Things are looking up that we're picking a lot of books this month, friends, because based on videos I wanted to do and books that I really wanted to get to this month, we're 3 for 3. I have literally filmed, this is my 3rd video I'm filming because I have time, so I'm just pre-filming a lot of things. If you've noticed, my outfit has not changed in 3 videos that I've posted recently. Prompt 4. Published more than 3 years ago. I think I know which book I want for this, again. As long as I'm right on it being published more than 3 years ago. It has to be, because the other books have come out more recently. 2018. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I'm finally going to start The Boys of Tommen. Again, a book off of my summer TBR. This is too easy. This is too easy. That is 4 for 4 on books that I wanted to read this month. Boys of Tommen is about Johnny and Shannon, and I think there's like an age gap here. He's a rugby player. She's new to town. She has a bad, tragic past. I know it's emotional. I don't know much else about it. I kind of don't want to know. I've seen enough on people's reviews and things to go into it blind. I didn't really talk about the good girl complex either, but I think it's about a girl and this guy that, like, she goes to a town and she's like the rich person and he's the townies that are like trying to change things in the town for people. I don't know. But, you know, it's a summer read. It is what it is. Prompt number 5. Oh boy. Longest book on my TBR. I need to get my computer. Okay, so full disclosure, I have selected my fall TBR and I'm not picking from that. It's on the shelf behind this. So if that longest book is on that TBR or not the next in a series, we're gonna have to punt. Yeah, so the first few are all Queen of Air and Darkness, I'm not there yet. Lord of Shadows, I'm not there yet. When the Moon Hatched, that's on my fall TBR. Lady Midnight. So the next one would be Warstorm, which is the next and final book I need to read in the Red Queen series, which is great because this is on one of the 20 series that I want to finish or catch up on by the end of the year. And I'm currently actually right now reading King's Cage, which is the 3rd book. So that'll be nice. I won't have too big of a gap between the final 2 books in that series. And this is the final book, like I said, in the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. Can't tell you what it's about because it'll ruin the other 3 books, but that series is essentially about a war between the Silvers and the Reds, and the Silvers have powers, the Reds don't, and they're basically forming a rebellion group to kind of take back their world and take back their rights. In a nutshell, that's what Red Queen's about. Things are looking up. We're at least gonna do 10 because that book is long and so is Binding 13, and I'm scared. Prompt 6. Black Spine. Does not work for any of my summer books. What are some other ones that I wanted to read next month? So I have Catch Me by Alexia Chase, The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, The Ravens by Morgan, I can't remember her name. Morgan and Page are their last names. It's two authors. You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. Red Rising, I do not think I want to start that. 27 Minutes by Ashley Tate. What else do we have? Oh boy. That's our options. Okay. I think I'm gonna pick another thriller and I'm gonna go with Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. So this says, 2 truths and a lie. Vivian, Natalie, Allison, and Emma played it all the time at Camp Nightingale, but the games ended the night Emma sleepily watched the others sneak out of the cabin into the darkness. The last she or anyone saw of them was Vivian closing the cabin door, hushing Emma with a finger pressed to her lips. This has Pretty Little Liars vibes. Am I right? Now a rising star in the New York art scene, Emma turns her past into paintings, massive canvases filled with dark, gnarled branches that cover ghostly shapes in white dresses. When the paintings catch the attention of the wealthy owner of Camp Nightingale, Francesca implores Emma to return to the newly reopened camp as an art instructor. Wouldn't she like to put the past to rest? Familiar faces in the same dark lake haunt Nightingale, where Emma is even assigned to the same cabin she slept in 15 years ago, but not everything is the same. The only security camera is pointed directly at Emma's door, and long-hidden cryptic clues that Vivian left behind begin to surface. Soon, Emma finds herself sorting through the lies from the past while facing mysterious threats in the present, and the closer she gets to the truth about Camp Nightingale, the more she realizes that closure could come at a deadly price. Kind of summer campy, so that's an excellent choice for a thriller so this For Black Spine, Last Time I Lied, number 7. Also keep in mind, I am reading 3 books from the Shadowhunter series. Pretty cover. Can I sway this to pick a book that I want to pick? Because, like, these are both pretty. I have one in mind that's like a beautiful cover, but I don't know that I want to read it right now. Because I just bought it and I'm trying to read other books. It's not going to be a thriller. This is the one I'm talking about, Dishonestly Yours. It's simple, but I freaking love this cover. I like the Not in Love cover as well. I don't really have anything that's like a gorgeous cover. Like, I like The Shadows Between Us. Maybe I'll read this. Again, I just got it, but it's only like a duology, and I don't even think it's a duology. I think they're just interconnected. Jesus. You know what? I'm gonna go with one of the books. I'm gonna go with The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, because this is a beautiful cover. It's colorful, it's fun, it's summery, it's pretty, it's got flowers on it. I'm gonna go with this one because I do want to read it anyway. And this is about, he's the celebrity, she's the bodyguard. They fake date because they have to go back to his hometown and he doesn't want his family to know he's a stalker and that she's his bodyguard, so they say they're dating. This will be my first Catherine Center book I read. I did listen to the audiobook of Things You Leave Behind in a Fire or something like that. It was good, so hopefully I'll like this book as much. I'm gonna at least do 10. We'll see what these last 3 bring. Travel involved. Okay. Could have done The Bodyguard, because they travel for that. I don't think In the Weeds is considered travel. Because she travels, but he doesn't. This might take a minute. Give me a second. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I've been trying to read an Emily Henry book a month to get these read and back to my sister. And it looks like our main character, Nora, does go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for the month of August when her sister begs her for a sister's trip. So, travel involved. I love it when that happens. So I'll be reading Book Lovers. This is my sister's favorite Emily Henry book, so I'm interested to see how I feel about that. Prompt 9. One-word title. Oh boy. Oh, please don't do this to me. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. Oh, I got it. I really thought I was going to have to pick Mistborn, and I was about to have a panic attack. We're going to read Honey by Isabel Bonta. This is a coming-of-age fiction novel about a celebrity. I think she's like a pop star growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s, and all of the stuff that she deals with that. So this is going to be a throwback to my childhood. So excited to read this book. I've been looking for a way to like convince myself to read it. This is number 10. I do read like 20 books a month, so I could pick 12. Romance. Aha! Yep, I'm gonna pick 12 because I can put In the Weeds on my TBR. So this is the second book in a Love Light Farms, and I believe this is a second chance romance between the social media influencer from the first book, Evelyn St. James, and then Beckett, who was like the farm worker on Love Light Farms. We kind of got a little bit of a taste of their romance in the first book. They met and had a one-night stand essentially, and then they see each other and you can tell that the feelings are still there, but there was really no relationship. So very excited for this. Also my 20 series that I want to finish in 2024. All right, let's pick 2 more and hope that this TBR jar doesn't screw me over. Oldest book on my TBR. No, I don't know. Oh no, I do know. I do know. And that's okay because again, if you can't tell, there's a specific vlog that I want to do in the month of August based on some other books that I've chosen. What I haven't chose so far, which would have been like the chosen ones and When I'm Dead, I believe Love It's Complicated is the oldest book on my TBR. I think so. These are all from this year. These are all from this year. This was the first book I purchased this year. Oh, but when did I get this? Because actually, when did I put this on my TBR? It's either actually, it's this, or it is Matthew Perry's book. I don't know. Because I did buy Matthew Perry's book last year as well. Date added. It is Matthew Perry's book because I didn't get this till January. Awesome. That is all 5 books that I wanted to read on my summer TBR on the TBR for the month. So excited for that. Quite honestly, it's one of the Shadowhunters books, but I'm reading 3 of them next month anyway, so I'm reading some of those. I did buy a lot of the Shadowhunters books last year in anticipation of reading them this year, but I'm reading 3 of them already, so this will be the next on the list. Matthew Perry's Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. And this gives me another nonfiction, because I'm trying to read 10 of those in the year, during the year. And that also puts all of my summer TBR books on there. And we'll pick 1 more, because then that gives me 15 books that I have to read. In my defense, based on vlogs I want to film, most of these were already going to get read anyway, so it worked out. Final prompt, number 12. Please do not be a nonfiction book, because I will cry. Okay, random letter generated author. Random letter generated author. Okay. Okay. Let me get a little spinny wheel up, and I will say first or last name. Hopefully it doesn't give me like a freaking Z or something weird. No, I know. I have Y's. We're good. We are good. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing any, but I know there's one up there. I don't think I'm missing any. I think we got lucky that there was one. Yep. We have one and only option for this, but you know what? We had one. How to End a Love Story by Yuling Kwong. And I've been wanting to read this. It was actually on my 24-hour readathon. It was one of my options for that didn't get picked in the month of July. So I wanted to read it then, so I get to read it now instead. All right, let me do a little rearranging, and then we'll go through the books one last time. Okay, so I have the top shelf cleared now. We're gonna go through the 15 books that I will be reading in August. And if you are new to my channel, or if you've been here, you might have noticed I have like type A personality, and when I put a book on my TBR, I will do everything in my power to read that book. So I have completed 6 out of 6 so far. I'm still in July, so I haven't completed that TBR. But my sister just added 3 books to it because she wants me to read just for the summer by the end of the month, because she wants to go to the book club in our city. And that was just for the summer was the book, but I have not read Part of Your World or Yours Truly, and I have to read them in order. Again, type A. So now I have to try to read 3 books by the end of the month, on top of everything else that I have said I will read and also want to read. But that's for a different day. So we'll start with the Shadowhunters books. So I have City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. I don't know that I'm not gonna fit all of these books across here, so we'll stick those in the back and fit what we can up front. For the prompt random letter generated author, we got a Y, so I picked How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. For oldest book on TBR, at the time that I picked this in choosing books, it was Matthew Perry's Friends, Lovers, and the Great Terrible Thing. For romance, I picked In the Weeds by B.K. Borison. One word title, I chose Honey by Isabel Bonta. For a book with travel involved, I picked Emily Henry's Book Lovers. I will also rearrange these when I'm done because they're not in height order. I'm just picking them up in reverse order. For pretty cover, I chose Catherine Center's The Bodyguard. Black Spine, I chose The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. Longest book on TBR that I could read was Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. Book published more than 3 years ago, Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Book that's been on my TBR for over a year, Veronica Roth's Chosen Ones. Set in current season, I chose Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. And last but certainly not least, book from a subscription, I chose When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey. So those are the 12 books I picked in this TBR video, plus the 3 on the back that are the Shadowhunters books that I plan on reading in the month of August. So happy with how this TBR turned out. The TBR jar, it was on my side today. So thank you. Thank you to the jar. And I'm happy I brought it back for this month. So stay tuned for some fun reading vlogs in August and let me know what book on the TBR you're most excited for me to read. And I thank you so much if you've made it this far, and I hope to see you in the next video.